Tilda Owusu Ansa, please just listen to me. I came with respect. My family sent me.
Respect? Just look at you. Is this what you call respect?
I have lands, I have cattles. I can take good care of you and
Take care of me. You with this face of yours. Do I look like someone who settles for leftovers? You are too small for my shadow, too poor for my dreams, and too ordinary for my future.
I didn't know I would be mocked like this.
Well, now you know. Now disappear before I turn you into a lesson for the next foolish man. Only weak and classless women settle for cheap things like you.
Tilda Owusu Ansa was the most beautiful young maiden in the village. She had a slim, curvy figure, braided hair always tied neatly on her head, and a dressing style that made her stand out. Every man who saw her instantly liked her. But Tilda was not only beautiful, she was proud, arrogant, and impossible to please. Every man who came to ask for her hand was humiliated. Princes, wealthy men, and even influential chiefs from distant towns came to the village seeking her hand in marriage, but she rejected them all. Tilda Owusu Ansa, her mother often sighed, watching her daughter with concern. These men are honorable. You should consider them. Do you want to remain single forever?
Mother, I do not settle for ordinary. I will marry only the one who is perfect, the one who truly deserves me.
The first to arrive was a wealthy merchant known across the neighboring villages for his riches. He presented fine clothes, golden beads, and a sack of coins bowing low before her.
You call this a gift? You think these cheap beads and trinkets can buy me? You came all the way from your village with these worthless things?
My lady, I came with honor. These gifts are the best.
The best for a woman without standards or what? Look at you sweating, begging, and standing where you don't belong.
You should at least talk to me with respect. I am not a beggar.
Respect? You dare raise your voice at me?
She turned sharply and stormed inside. The merchant hesitated, shifting on his feet, his confidence draining. She came back out, holding a big pestle. The merchant's eyes widened. He staggered back, then turned and started running. Then came a young prince from a distant kingdom, tall, handsome, and confident. He arrived with drummers, fine robes, and a small chest of gifts, coral beads, embroidered cloth, and polished sandals fit for royalty. He smiled as he bowed slightly.
A beautiful woman like you deserves to sit beside a throne.
Thrones. I sit where I want, not beside some prince who thinks overconfidence and his father's wealth makes him worthy.
I may have wealth and title, but I did not come.
Here to compete with your pride, only to admire your beauty. Admire my beauty? You mean you came to buy it with your gifts and borrowed confidence? So pathetic. He flushed with anger.
Pathetic? I am no ordinary man. I crossed rivers, traveled days, and brought gifts worthy of your name.
Gifts? This? You think these scraps make you worthy of me?
Watch how you speak, woman. I am not one of your villagers.
Before he could react, slap. Her hand struck his cheek, echoing across the courtyard. The prince staggered, clutching his face, stunned and speechless.
Take this back. They're not for me, and neither are you.
Her best friends, Aqua and others, exchanged worried glances.
You don't have to humiliate every man who comes. If someone is not worthy, you can reject him quietly. Public shame is cruel. You worry too much. Let them come. I will show the world who is worthy and also who is not. Do you really think your status can cover your emptiness? You are nothing but a man who believes titles can hide a weak heart.
Before he could respond, Tilda Owusu Ansa poured sand all over his body. It spilled across his robes, leaving him stained. Ah, my robes.
Now leave, before I do something else you won't like.
No man, no matter his title or wealth, can ever impress her. Tilda Owusu Ansa simply smiled, unbothered.
I would like my future husband to be tall, muscular, wealthy, fair, Handsome, kind, smart, brave, and perfect in every way. Only he deserves me. Tilda Owusu Ansa. You can't find any man that matches the man of your dreams. You just have to choose from all the wealthy and handsome men that are coming for you now. Listen, Akua. No man is worthy yet. My perfect one, the man of my dreams, will still come. And when he does, everyone will see who deserves me.
Tilda Owusu Ansa, youth and beauty do not last forever. One day the right man may pass and you have no one left to wait for.
Mother, time is mine to command. No one can match me. I will wait, and I will be patient.
Time, however, does not wait. Slowly, the suitors who were once coming from distant towns began to dwindle. The wealthy merchant, influential men, and visiting princes stopped coming, leaving only the older, less influential or ordinary men. But Tilda Owusu Ansa remained confident. She still believed her perfect husband would arrive. Would shake their heads. No one in this world is perfect, Tilda Owusu Ansa. Even time cannot wait for fools, some would mutter quietly, but she never listened. Her best friends tried to reason with her. Tilda Owusu Ansa, beauty and pride cannot last forever. Perhaps you should think about picking any one of them that closely matches your dream man instead of rejecting all of them. Aqua said one afternoon. Are you not even tired of picking and rejecting men? Don't let your pride turn your life into loneliness. Aqua added, Nari, why will I settle for anything less? I will not waste my time on men who cannot match me. Don't worry, my perfect one will come and then everyone will know what true worth looks like. Then came a day that Tilda Owusu Ansa will never forget. After insulting and humiliating an influential man who came to seek for her hand in marriage, she poured water on him and pushed him on the ground, still insulting him. Aqua, seeing him struggle with his wet clothes on the dirty ground, rushed over. Here, let me help you up, she said, bending down to help him up. Tilda Owusu Ansa watched, her face momentarily flickering with something she could not name. The young man later thanked Aqua, and the two of them began talking quietly. Over the weeks, their friendship grew into something more as the young man started visiting her regularly. Eventually, Aqua and the young man got married after some months leaving the village for his town. Tilda Owusu Ansa's chest tightened as she watched the preparations for the farewell. Her best friend, one of the persons she had trusted, had married a man she herself had rejected and humiliated. She smiled politely all through the event, but inside a small seed of jealousy and confusion had rooted, but pride still ruled her. The number of men coming to the village because of Tilda Owusu Ansa continued to fall every day. Her house that was always swarmed by different men was now dry and almost isolated. But Tilda Owusu Ansa barely noticed. She remained on her bench daydreaming, imagining her perfect husband who had not yet arrived with Akua, her friend. Meanwhile, the villagers began to whisper more openly. See, even her best friend found someone worthy, and she's still there selecting, some would say quietly. Time will soon show her. Tilda Owusu Ansa ignored them. Her pride was still unshakable, her vision of perfection unyielding. But the village had begun to change. The once steady stream of suitors and many of the handsome men who once dared to approach her now avoided her entirely. And one by one her sisters started getting married. They all got married, each with a handsome husband, and only she was left in her parents' house. Aqua leaned on the doorway one afternoon. Tilda Owusu Ansa, look at them. Your sisters are all happily married. Don't let pride steal your own chance at life. Tilda Owusu Ansa smiled with a faint, proud smile. I am not like them. I will not settle for less. My perfect man is still out there waiting for me. Aqua, who was now married to the man Tilda Owusu Ansah had once humiliated, returned to the village for visits. She laughed and paraded around with her husband. Watching them together, Tilda Owusu Ansah felt a small pang in her chest, but quickly shoved it away. Pride would not allow her to admit jealousy. Soon, Tilda Owusu Ansah started growing desperate, but didn't want to show it. She attended weddings, festivals, and communal celebrations, but men ignored her and hardly took notice of her. Men she had once humiliated now looked elsewhere, laughing and flirting with other maidens. Even neighbors began to tease her quietly. Tilda Owusu Ansah, when will your perfect man come? The question stung, and she smiled politely, hiding the irritation behind a carefully composed expression. As the years passed, her beauty, once the envy of the village, began to show subtle signs of aging. A small wrinkle appeared near her eye, a faint line at the corner of her mouth, and a slight dullness in her once radiant skin. Her charm was fading. At family gatherings, she was no longer the center of attention, but the one who now served her sisters, their husbands, and their children. She did the chores, arranged chairs, and ensured the food was ready, all while keeping her head high. Despite all this, Tilda Owusu Ansah refused to give up. The laughter of her sister's children, the happiness of her married friends, and the disappearance of suitors reminded Tilda Owusu Ansah that the world was moving on without her and that her time might be slipping away. Weeks passed and desperation began to creep into her pride. When all the handsome men avoided her, she started taking bolder steps. She tried to catch their attention, walking through the village in her finest skirts, laughing loudly, flashing smiles, and even touched arms and fleeted. Anything to capture attention, but they all ignored her, and her efforts failed. These men did want to marry her. Some just used her and dumped her. The woman who was once admired now became desperate. Villagers whispered behind her back, and even her neighbors began to mock her openly. Tilda Owusu Ansah, are you still waiting for your perfect man? They would say and laugh loudly. Teenagers who had grown up under her once admiring gaze now whispered mocking remarks whenever she walked by. Tilda Owusu Ansah hid her growing shame as best she could, avoiding village gatherings and events when she could, but sometimes she was forced to attend some of them. Her absence of a husband was so obvious, and the whispers of the villagers cut sharper than any of the words she had once said to suitors. Then came the day some elders approached her family with a proposal she could not ignore. They said it was time to arrange a marriage with the only man who had finally agreed to take Tilda Owusu Ansah as a wife since she wasn't able to find a husband herself. Tilda Owusu Ansah could not believe what she was hearing. The man who agreed to marry her was an old coffin maker from the village, a quiet man with a one leg. No wealth, no status, no charm, just a man who walked with the dead and was willing to marry her. Tilda Owusu Ansah sat in silence, her mind spinning. This is not what I imagined. This is not my dream man, not even close, but she didn't have any choice. There were no more suitors left, no wealthy merchant, no visiting princes, no influential men. And so quietly, without a wedding ceremony or celebration, she moved into the old man's small hut. The villagers whispered, mocked, and laughed at her whenever they see her. Finally, we have seen Tilda Owusu Ansah's dream man, her Mr. Perfect, that old one-legged man who makes coffin, they would say and laugh mockingly. Tilda Owusu Ansa tried to hold her head high, but the reality was unbearable. She couldn't bear children. Her age had passed the season for that. The beautiful and youthful skin that once drew every gaze had faded, leaving only a memory of arrogance. Every glance from neighbors, every whisper from children reminded her of the year she had wasted chasing perfection that never existed. The village soon told her story as a cautionary tale. Mothers whispered it to daughters, elders recounted it at gatherings, and children laughed quietly when Tilda Owusu Ansa's name came up. Time does not wait for pride or perfection. Opportunities pass, seasons change, and those who reject everyone while searching for the perfect one may be forced to accept what remains. If this story taught you something, hit the like button, subscribe for more African stories, and share your thoughts in the comments. What lesson did you learn from Tilda Owusu Ansa's story? African Tales by Tilda Official.